In July 2021, Operation Usalama kwa wote was launched with the aim of collecting 500 illegal guns in the hands of the locals. It was to go for 3 months and guns were to be collected both voluntary and forceful. Intelligence-led cordon and search operations were conducted across the region. Guns, ammunition, security uniforms were recovered from the locals and suspects arrested and sentenced.
Operations to recover guns, also to arrest criminals that has been terrorizing the neighbors, especially Kabong and the neighboring districts of Acholi, Lango.
In October 2021, the deputy commander moved around Karamoja meeting security officers, political leaders, among others, preaching peace and development. It was discovered that spiritual leaders do bless the cattle raiders.
This region is very, very important for our national security interest and economic interest. Economically, this region has a lot of strategic resources.
In November, the operations were revised and new military hardware like attack helicopters, the Mambas, buffaloes, Bembes, and additional forces.
We realized that we had some operation challenges. And these operation challenges made the intervention of our leadership. And that's why we decided that after the elapse of usalama kwa wote, we necessitated to again extend for more 3 months.
Immediately, operations on illicit trafficking of guns were conducted. In May 2022, the Joint Security Forces of UPDF and Police Anti-Stock Theft Unity intensified simultaneous operations across the 9 districts of Karamoja. This time, a gun dealer was among the people arrested. There was massive killing of local leaders and civil servants, especially in Kotido districts. In March 2022, 3 geologists attached to Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development and 2 UPDF soldiers were shot dead by suspected Turkana and Madheniko warriors in Lokisale village in Lotisan sub-county in Moroto district. The 2 guns were later handed over by Kenyan authorities to the Uganda Security Forces led by former 3rd Division Commander Brigadier General Joseph Balikudembe. Kenya asked for forgiveness and pleaded to be allowed to graze within Uganda, but Balikudembe demanded for the criminals who killed the innocent Ugandans. Turkana of Kenyan nationals and Madheniko from Moroto were arrested in the grazing areas in Lotisan, aligned before courts of law and later sentenced in Ugandan prisons. Several security officers connected to selling of ammunition and locals who were armed were arrested and also aligned before court.
There's a sentence, but being an Amaraman entrusted with all those equipment, you didn't help, and it calls a very dishonorable court hereby sentences you RA 2020-92 and operate Moses to 14 years imprisonment.
2023, the Kenyan delegation led by Minister of East African Community Affairs Rebecca Milano and Kaile Bakandanwaho, commonly known as Salim Saleh, Security Minister Jim Muhwezi, Commander Land Forces Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga met in Moroto to discuss the everlasting solution for the insecurity in the 2 countries. The Kenyan delegation demanded for the release of their nationals who were sentenced in Uganda, but the matter was referred to President Museveni.
We remain committed to find shared lasting solutions to these transboundary security concerns.
According to security forces, they are challenged by political leaders' interference, porous borders, which leads to rearming almost every day, poor road and communication networks, and commercialized raids. According to security forces, they are challenged by political leaders' interference, porous borders which leads to rearming almost every day, poor road and community networks, and commercialized raids. In order to ease the security works, over 2,240 kilometers of roads have approved to be worked on in the 11 districts. In April this year, 31 guns were recovered from Turkana-owned kraal in Lokeriat village, Nadunget sub-county in Moroto district in one day. Most Turkana Kenyan nationals confessed ownership of the guns. According to statistics from security forces, since July 2021, 836 guns were recovered. 6,310 ammunitions were recovered. 603 warriors put out of action. 382,000 warriors arrested. 3,309 warriors taken to court. 1,358 warriors sentenced. 37,419 livestock recovered. 1,661 livestock impounded. 2,306 impounded at checkpoint. 1,224 bows and arrows recovered. 60 spears. Security uniform parts, 63 recovered. 6,200 jerrycans of illicit waraji impounded. Relatedly, 391 civilians killed, 616 civilians killed by warriors, 27 armed forces killed, and 35 armed forces injured by warriors.